Seamus Coleman is out, we know that. Is anybody else injured or unavailable or doubtful?
Yes, Sam Smuddick's hurt his shoulder, just a previous injury that he had. He just come down awkwardly on his shoulder. So he's it's nothing serious, but it's an injury he had earlier in the season, so that will rule him out.
Is he available for the Hungary game, do you think?
No, I think he'll be ruled out a week, Ruled out a week.
But everyone else is, apart from Seamus, is...
Yeah, everyone's okay. Chidozie Ogbenya had a tight groin, but I think he'll be fine.
How are you approaching this game? Are you expecting to have a lot of possession in the match?
Well, I think... I think we should have... we normally actually do have a good bit of possession in games. I think that's been the case in a lot of the games. But I think... Andorra, to be fair, have changed. They always dropped off and sat in, but they pressed Hungary in the last game, which is interesting. So it'll be interesting to see from that point of view. From our point of view, we're looking for a good performance. We've had a good week's training. Some players are looking to make their mark, and we want a good performance, and we want to, win the game, and with a good performance. That's the objective.
Have you decided on the shape of the team?
Yeah, I've decided. Yeah, I have indeed. Yeah, I've decided on the shape of the team, but obviously I'll be, keeping that to myself, because that, that's, we're training later, and we'll select the team and so forth, and get ready for tomorrow.
It looked like there was a goal came from the training ground the last day against Qatar. Have you been practicing a few more of those?
Yeah, listen. We have been practicing some, a few things, which it's given us an opportunity to do that, which is great. I think, the players have trained really well this week. It's been a good week's training. Great to have that opportunity. I think the players, their attitude is exceptional, and the atmosphere is very good, and we want to just obviously perform well tomorrow. That's the objective. We want to put in a good performance.
Very best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Guy Havard, Sky Sports.
Hey Stephen, good to see you. We had Connor came in, did the press conference before you. Might he be captain tomorrow in the absence of Seamus?
No, he won't actually. But certainly I haven't named that yet. But he won't be.
You don't want to tell us who will be captain tomorrow?
No, we'll address that later on.
Okay. It is a friendly tomorrow. Will you be experimenting, or do you think the result is too important for that?
I think, we want to win. Of course, we want to win. It's been well documented that we're waiting to win, and I think, the several games that we should have won and we didn't, and we're disappointed with that. And I think we've got to go tomorrow and try and get a victory. Yeah, we will persist with giving players their opportunity, because I believe we will get huge gains from that. And I think it's good opportunity for a lot of players tomorrow, and that's the objective.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.
Will from Off the Ball.
Hi, Stephen. You mentioned Sam obviously won't be able to play over these couple of games, but the other uncapped and new players that you've in, are we likely to see them over these two fixtures? Ideally that would be the case. And I think whether we'll see everyone, possibly not. But I think it's an opportunity for a number of players, and I think we want to go and we want to put in a good performance as well tomorrow. I think other more senior players, someone like John Egan, who's missed quite a few camps for been very unfortunate, been a close contact and then concussion and then a metatarsal. So a player like him coming back into the team, he'd be delighted to come back in and play for his country, and an opportunity that exists. So it's not just new caps, it's players that have just sort of missed an opportunity to be playing for a variety of reasons. You mentioned Conor Hurahan there. He's coming back in.
he missed the last camp, obviously with a hamstring injury. So these players, when they love playing for their country, and if they miss an opportunity to do that, the players that are here are very, very keen to play.
Conor mentioned that it's been beneficial as players to get away for a prolonged period of time, have a proper training camp before these games. As manager, how beneficial has it been for you to have that bit of extra time on the training pitch with them, Steve?
Yeah, it's been good. Like it's not that we've had 10 days or 2 weeks. We've been here since last Friday, but that's unique because you don't normally get that opportunity. So we're very thankful for it, and it is a good opportunity, and we've been able to imprint a few ideas that in how we want to play ahead of the games, and hopefully we can take that into tomorrow and into Tuesday.
And just finally for me, in terms of getting that result, how important is it for everything? Just you mentioned how well it's documented, 11 games with a win, just to get that win and for that narrative to actually stop.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm not going to say otherwise. That's we want to win the game, and I think that's clearly the objective. That's what we want to do.
Thanks, Steve. Good luck
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Okay, only 4 minutes left of the broadcast session, so please bear that in mind. Ed Leahy.
Stephen, how you doing?
Stephen.
Stephen, you've been involved in a lot of big games as a manager, and sometimes you've been on the end of disappointing results. I suppose more recently the match in Slovakia. How do you find, and what is your opinion on the media expectations to process a game immediately after a game on front with just bearing in mind what's going on at the French tennis? Do you think it's something that needs to be looked at in football, or are you happy with the current way of talking about the game? And do you think you'd be better off maybe with some time to ponder, get your thoughts together before you have to talk on camera?
It's a very good question. Yeah, I think it's we've always just considered it as part of the job, so that's something that you have to. That's of course. After a difficult defeat, we have a great result. It's nobody minds speaking. After a difficult result, it's always been. I've been a manager now quite a number of years, and it's always been associated. That's part of the job, and for players likewise. So that's we shouldn't complain. It is we're privileged to be in the position to do it. So it's not something that I would complain about, but I can understand it can have a detrimental effect on players or sports people, whether it be tennis players or any other sport. I can empathise with that. That's a reality, but I have no plans to change the format. That's part of international management from my point of view. But in the broader sphere of it, sometimes it is easier to speak after. I'm always in awe of boxers getting out of the ring and speaking straight away after 12 rounds or 15 rounds. I always find that incredible. They especially, in my view, they have some of the toughest interviews after some of the toughest fights. So it is, and I think to lose a fight, I can imagine, and then to have to speak about that. So, and speak about your opponent. So it's they probably deserve the most credit out of all the sports people.
Okay, and Damien Spellman to finish up the broadcast section.
Thanks, David. Stephen, you've drafted a lot of young players in. Can I ask you about one of them, Adam Eder? He's having an eventful season for the club and country. What do you see in the near future for Adam?
Yeah, I think, listen, Adam had a really good year the previous year, broke into the team, the Premier League, got some games, scored a hat-trick, of course, in the Cup against Preston. Had a really good under-21 season. Then obviously we gave him his debut in September and he's played for us in a few internationals. But unfortunately, in that game against Wales, he had got 2 injuries. Actually, he got a knee injury and an ankle injury, both that kept him out for quite a number of months. And then he was only getting himself back into a team, trying to get back into a winning team, and then had to have a hernia operation. So it has been a very interrupted season, and he's not had many games. He came on and scored in the last game for Norwich, but he's not had many games, so he does need a bit of time to get back to where he was, and a good pre-season and hit the ground running for the new season. And what will be difficult to get into the Norwich team, but we forget how young he is. He's still 19, and he has all the attributes to be a good player. Really good into speed, physical strength, and he's always sort of been a natural goal scorer for the Irish teams going through the ages. So certainly that's where I see him. So he's enjoyed the training because he's not been back that long training with Norwich, and so he needs to sort of come up to speed to reach his full potential.